Manuel Craig-Solaras was a Greek scholar. The author of Dogs Quixote servants belonged to Spain. A mathematical model of revolution of the earth was presented by Copernicus. Johann Tetzel. Answer B. Church official. The doctrine justification by faith was put forward to D. Martin Luther. Zwingli worked from Zurich. The name Cape of Good Hope was given by B. King John. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain supported Henry. Fill in the blanks. The Portuguese claimed the territories discovered by Columbus. Portuguese navy defeated the King Zamorin of Calicut. Philippines was named after the Spanish French Philip. The introduction of sugarcane led to the establishment of sugarcane plantation in Caribbean islands. Mercantilism belonged to economic system. The English East India Company and monopoly trade in India. Florence, Milan, Venice and Rome profited immensely from the Mediterranean trade. Machiavelli, the prince, was a political theatrist. Utopia was written by Thomas More. The office of the Pope was known as papacy. The supreme head of the Anglican Church was King Henry VIII. Society of Jesus was founded by answer St. Ignatius Loyola. Henry the Navigator of Portugal had foundation for long-distance sea voyages. Ptolemy's geography was brought from the Byzantine Empire. Discovery and colonization of America increased the slave trade. 3. Find out the correct statement. A. Prince Henry Navigation School heralded the dawn of the modern era. B. The modern era witnessed scientific progress. C. The Roman Church became very strong in the modern era. D. Feudalism encouraged urbanization. E. A. The invention of press suppressed the growth of science. The idea of humanism was first expressed in literature. Renaissance paintings were unrealistic and two-dimensional. Renaissance supported the corruption and worldly practice of the church. Answer B is correct. Answer A and B are correct. 3. Inquisition was an institution of the Protestant church. Calvin of Geneva followed Martin Luther. The travel accounts of Marco Polo and Ibn Battuta kindled the curiosity in explore. The sailors of Prince Henry explored in the east coast Africa. Answer B and C are correct. 4A. German cartographer named the New World after Amerigo Vespucci. B. Cochin was the headquarters of the Portugal Empire in the east. Since the sea was calm, it was named as Pacific Ocean by Columbus. Maize was introduced into Europe from America. Answer A and D are correct. Match the following. Valium, animal skin. Mass, a ceremony in Christianity. Malabor, pepper. Gambia, slave trade. Erasmus, Reformation. Answer the following questions briefly. Write up what about the origin of the word Renaissance? The origin of the word Renaissance is from the Italian word renascita, meaning rebirth. It is called Renaissance because there was a rebirth or revival of classic Greek and Latin literature. What subjects were taught in the Italian universities? Italian universities taught humanities, namely linguistics, grammar, rhetoric, history, science and ethics, which prepared the students for public life, commerce and administration. The study of humanities was so popular in the Italian universities that students from all over Europe flocked there. Explain the term Inquisition. Inquisition was an institution of the Catholic Church to deal with heresies, beliefs in opposition to the Catholic Church. Those found guilty and who recanted were awarded milder punishments and imprisonment. Those who refused to recant were burnt at the stake. The most infamous Inquisition was the Spanish Inquisition. Write about Zwingli and Calvin. Zwingli of Switzerland and John Calvin of Geneva followed Martin Luther. Zwingli worked from juris was against all forms of rituals. John Calvin to exposed all forms of display of wealth. Calvin codified his views in his book Institutes of Christian Religion. He believed that church could be independent of political control or religious matters. Calvinism became more popular. Write a note on A. Lopo Jodvales Bartolomeo Diaz. Lopo Jodvales. Lopo Jodvales was the first sailor to cross the equator. Till then, sailors did not dare to venture beyond as they harbored fears about boiling water and sea monsters. Bartolomeo Diaz ventured further down the African coast, reaching Cape Point on the southern tip of Africa in 1487 AD. He named it the Cape of Storms as he encountered fierce storms there. King John II of Portugal renamed it as Cape of Good Hope as it provided hope to reach India by sea. Bring out the main reasons of India at the dawn of modern age in Europe. The Mughal rule started in 1526 AD. Vijayanagar state, founded 1336, was a great power under Krishnadeva Raya. Portuguese established their empire in the east with headquarters at Goa. In Tamil Nadu, in Madurai Nayak rule began dividing the Pandya kingdom into 72 palayams. The arrival of Jesuit missions and the work of S.D. Francis Xavier as a member of Society of Jesus led to conversion of fishing community to Christianity, Catholicism, in Thoothukudi region. What was the modern era established? The modern era was characterized by freedom of thought, individualism, rationalism, and economic and scientific progress. These characters led to Renaissance, Reformation, and geographical discoveries. Write a short note on humanism. The idea of humanism was a central feature of Renaissance. It laid emphasis on human dignity and nature. In the medieval period, man was considered as mere agent of the god on earth to do his will. Renaissance humanism promoted the view that humans are endowed with attributes that are to be used to achieve greatness. It turned the gaze of the people from another other world to this world, from spiritual world to material world. The focus shifted from life after death to life in this world. Answer the following in detail. Write about Martin Luther. Martin Luther, a monk of the Augustinian order and a professor of theology in the University of Wittenberg, was a devout Christian and a scrupulous follower of the Catholic faith. However, on his visit to Rome, he was shocked by the luxurious life of the officials of the church. Martin Luther wrote a pamphlet against the sale of indulgences, sales of offices, and other corrupt practices. He listed out 95 points and pasted them on the church door on Wittenberg. Later, the points he raised became the famous 95 Theses. Martin Luther signaled his revolt by publicly burning the papal bull. He was then summoned to the Diet to meet at Worms in 1521 AD CE. Frederick hid him in his Wartburg castle, where Martin Luther translated the Bible into German. Luther further elaborated his differences with the church. He rejected the belief that ceremonies and penances would lead to salvation. He argued that by faith alone that one could attain salvation. He put forward that doctrine of justification by faith. His teachings became popular through Germany. Not only many princes, but the peasants also supported Luther's cause. Thus, Luther's Reformation marked the first successful break from the church and establishment of the Protestant church. Unit test. Time 40 minutes. Marks 25. Choose the correct answer. 1. William R.B. discovered A. Heliocentric theory. B. Geometric theory. C. Gravitational force. D. Circulation of blood. 4 into 1, 4. Who wrote the 95 Theses? Question 2. A. Martin Luther. B. Zwingli. C. John Calvin. D. Thomas More. Which sailor was the first to cross the equator? Henry the Navigator. Option A. Lopo Gonzalez. Option B. Bartolomeo Diaz. Option C. Christopher Columbus. Option D. 4. The headquarters of the Portuguese possessions in the east was A. Calicut, B. Bombay, C. Pondicherry, D. Goa. Fill in the blanks. Second one, 2 into 1, 2. 1. In 1453, Constantinople was captured by dash. To the reformation of the Catholic Church is known as dash. Third one, find out the correct statement. 1 into 1 is equal to 1. A. Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church because he was discriminated. B. John Calvin's government in Geneva was liberal and fun-filled. C. King Henry VIII had deep theological differences with the Catholic Church. D. Council of Trent re-emphasized the importance of ceremonies and significance of the Mass. Match the following. Fourth one, 5 into 1 is equal to 5. 1. The Last Supper. A. Azores. 2. The Prince, Italy. 3. Island, Leonardo da Vinci. 4. Anglican Church, Machiavelli. 5. Florence, Henry VIII. V. Answer the following briefly. 1. What is Columbian Exchange? To outline the differences of Martin Luther with the Catholic Church. 3. Explain the term Inquisition. 4. Write a short note on humanism. Sixth, answer the following in detail. Inga 4 into 2 is equal to 8 and inga 1 into 5 is equal to 5. 1. Examine the outcomes of the geographic discoveries. 1. Option D, circulation of blood. 2. Option A, Martin Luther. 3. Option A. Option B, Lopo Zonvales. Option 4 D, Goa. Second one, 1. Ottoman Turks. 2. Counter Reformation. 3. D is correct. Fourth one, 1C, 2D, 3A, 4E, 5B.